Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another deck profile for you. It's one I've been teasing for a little bit. I'm still not 100% on the build, but it is one I want to show off. It's one I've been working on, and I think it is one that people may enjoy as well. So this is my Mastemon purple. Again, as I said, I don't think this is complete. I think there's a lot more room for improvement, but I want to show it in the state it is now, and maybe it'll give you some ideas for some decks that you're building. So we'll just start off with the Titamon. So we've got Titamon. Just a really good effect when you trash a card, draw one. So it allows you to, with a lot of your effects, the effects are draw and trash one. So you draw one, trash and draw one, which is quite nice. You end up with a really thick hand in this deck. You never really have to worry too much about draw power. And then just one demi mirror. You need to run a 5th egg, and he's one of the best eggs in this color. Just on deletion, draw and trash one, so it's just that extra bit of draw power. That's it for the 5 eggs. Then with rookies, 2 Goblimon. When a card is trashed, gain 2k DP for the turn. It's okay. I just run it as a 12 because it's a way just to beef up Mastemon's DP if you need to. You usually don't need to, but you never know when you have to swing over something big. Then we run 2 Electmon. Just effect on deletion, kill one of you, destroy one of your opponent's level 3s. It's a nice way to get rid of their memory blockers if they're causing hassle. We've got our memory blocker, just Gazimon. Just effect is they can only gain memory through tamer effects, no option cards or abilities. Especially in this meta where there's a lot of ways people are gaining memory. Things like memory boost, it shuts those down, and then it just creates an extra thing on the board that they have to deal with. And then the main rookie in this set, just 4 Gabu. So when attacking, trigger, draw and trash one. This activates a ton of your other abilities. It activates your Digitamon, so you're getting that extra draw. It also activates some of your level 4s, and it's just it's a good way to keep consistent. You're constantly drawing, trashing, gaining more draw power from it, and also able just to sift through the cards that you need, put the ones in your hand that you need, and put the ones in the trash that you don't, or that are in a better position in the trash. And we run 2 vanilla Demi-Devis, just your 2 cost Rico rookie, and then 1 Lucamon. In a Mastemon list, you got to run at least one. It doesn't come up that often as a one-off, but with the draw power, it is quite easy to get hold of it. But that is it for our level 3s. I'll go over a quick few things that I'll change. As I said before, this deck isn't complete. It's going to take a little bit more testing and digging through what cards are available and what works well for me to find a place I'm happy with. But at the moment, I do like where this deck is at. It's just, I think there is quite a bit of room for, not improvement, but for just different lines of play. So then for level 4s, we've got 3 Valmon. I think, again, 5k is too easy to kill, 6k is great, and also only 5 to hard drop. There are times, you know, where your opponent's going to 3 anyway, and if you're on 2 memory, you don't mind getting an extra body on board as a blocker just by hard playing him. It just gives him something else they need to play around, and is something nice to bring back from Masti or Titamon. And we run one of my favorite cards in this deck, Ogremon. He's amazing. Be it hard playing him, killing a level 4, then swinging him next turn, him dying, and then bringing him back with either Titamon or Masti to kill another level 3 or 4 is crazy. He's such a good level 4, and there's a way to, even though he doesn't have rush, there's a way to give him rush, just because you can digivolve up into promote, and the promote's effect is rush. So even if you bring him back that turn, kill something on their board like kill a blocker, then you can digivolve on top of him if you've got the memory, which you can with memory boosts, or even just gaining memory back through things like Titamon, through Ginkakumon. So it's a really good card. I want to try and find room to put a 3rd in. Maybe at that point I'll see him too often, but it's such an amazing card. And like I said, being able to go up into a promote on top of him just to give him rush So he's equivalent. He's like the equivalent of a kill something on board, and then he's also got rush if you got that extra memory, which is crazy. Then we run 4 Ginkakumon, just because you want to be gaining that extra memory, especially with Titamon. You want to keep turn with Titamon, and even with Mastemon. Say with Mastemon you bring back an Ogremon, he then trashes one, which then you gain a memory because you had Ginkaku underneath, so it keeps turn with your Masti, which is quite nice. And then we just run to promote. This obviously, so his effect is just on rush, and when he's brought back from the trash, you can add 1 Ginkaku and 1 Kinkakumon underneath him. If you do draw 1 and gain 1 memory, I don't run any Kinkakumon. I was, but I made room for blockers. And that's the issue, always been the issue with purple. They have a lot of good cards, and especially in this deck, it was hard to decide what level 4s I was going to play. These work for me at the moment. I think if I had to make room for an Ogremon, obviously I'd take a Ginkaku out, but then I'd feel like if I had to digivolve, that's the bad thing. If I have to digivolve on top of these or these, it feels bad. So running him at 4 is the best way, because this is what you want to digivolve on top of. You can digivolve on top of these and then digiburst through Blackwall Growl, just so you get them in the trash, so you can bring them back, but then you're losing the inheritables of your level 3s. So you can, if you're in a pinch, digivolve on top of them, but preferably Ginkaku is what you want to go on top of. And then for level 5s, we have, it's not too exciting. The level 5s is just what you'd kind of expect. 3 Blackwall Growl, main effect Digiburst 3, bring back a level 3. So like I said, it's a good way if you've got like stacks that's not too great and you don't really care about your inheritables, you can trash those, bring back a level 3, but also you're able to put that level 4 into the trash ready to be brought back, and it just gives you an extra body on board, which is quite nice. And then his inheritable is when attacking once per turn, you can delete one of your Digimon to restand. So it's nice. A nice little combo is if I'm going to keep turn and I bring back Lucemon with Mastemon, and I've got this underneath, I'll swing with Lucemon. More than likely it's going to survive at 10k, then swing with Masti, delete the Lucy to restand the Masti and swing again, so you're getting 3 checks. Obviously if you've got a rookie on board, it's very unlikely you're going to swing with that because it may die. But you know, this is why we run the vanilla rookies as well, because it's quite easy. If I'm on my second turn with Mastemon, so I digivolved it prior turn, I can swing with the Lucy. If it dies, I'm probably still on 3 memory, so a hard play 2 cost rookie, then I can swing with the Master, delete that to restand. So there's ways around it. Then 3 Lady Devi, just on digivolve, draw 2, trash 2. Again, it's just a way to fill your hand up with what you want and put what you don't need into your trash, and also put things into your trash that you'll need later. And inheritable is when you use an option card, delete one of your opponent's level 3. You do run 6 option cards in this deck, so it's very likely you will get this off. There's a way you could bring back a level 4. So say you bring back a Ogremon, kill a level 4 on their side from using this option, use the option card to bring him back, kill a level 4 on their side, and then this procs if you got a level 6 on board, then killing a level 3. So it's a good way to kill an extra Digimon, but the main thing you're looking for is just that main effect of draw 2, trash 2, because again, from that draw 2, trash 2, you can gain a memory and you can draw an extra card from your Ginkaku and your Cinnamon. And then just 2 Skull Greymon. It does kind of feel bad because you feel like you've only got 6 level 5s, so maybe I want to try and find another, like, room for another one to run 9, just because these guys you never digivolve on top of. So his main effect is when you trash a card, if he is trashed, you can then place him underneath a Digimon, and his inheritable is retaliation, so you're able to give rookies retaliation if they've got if you're able to draw and trash one or trash a card that turn, which is crazy. And his main effect, which his when attacking effect, which you'll never use, is on attack trash a card to gain 3k, so you can be a 10k body. It is a way to swing over other level 5s, and you'd only ever digivolve on top of him if you're desperate, but mostly you want to see the others. But again, I do want to try and find space for another level 5. I think if I was going to do anything at the moment, I'd get rid of the Lucemon, because I'd probably drop the Masty down. So I would feel less. I feel like I'd need the Lucy less if I run one less Masty. So maybe drop a Lucy, gain another Blackwall Growl or a Lady Devi. But that is it for the level 5s. The 6s and 7s, we run 3 Mastemon. When digivolving, you and your opponent trash top security of your security stack, and then play out a level 4 or lower. This has been ages since I read it. Level 4 or lower purple or yellow from your trash without paying this memory cost. Which is pretty good. The issue is you're taking a hit on your security. She's really good as a finisher. Say you're going to keep turn and you've got memory boost down, so you're on 3. You digivolve into Mastemon, go to 4, bring back an Ogremon. He kills their blocker. Go to 3. You've just taken one of their security and their blocker out, brought back an Ogremon, activate a memory boost, and go into promote on top of your Ogremon. You've now cleared the security, cleared a blocker, and have 2 attacks. So she's really good for finishing. I think early game it's a bad C. You don't really want to see her too early on, which is why I think probably going to drop her down to 2. 3 just doesn't. I see her too often at 3, and there's times where I'd rather have a Titamon. And then talking about Titamon, 3 Titamon. So again, I'd probably drop her to 2, bring Tita up to 4. I think that's a better ratio. So Titamon's effect is when digivolving, trash 1 card from your hand, and you may play a level 4 or lower card, a level 4 or lower purple Digimon card from your trash without paying this memory cost. So he has the same effect as Mastemon without the trash and security. So it almost feels safer to go on him early game because you're not taking a hit. Yeah, your opponent's not losing the security, but it's just a nice way to plus on your board and not cost you too much. And when you trash a card, so your turn, once per turn, when you trash a card for an effect, gain security attack +1. Sorry, when you trash a card from your hand from an effect, gain security attack +1 and +2 KDP. So he's pretty scary swinging at 14k 2 checks, and if you've got a black growl underneath him, you're going to swing twice. And then if you've got the Gobbly underneath him, you're swinging 16k 2 checks, which means those level 7s aren't going to affect you. Yeah, he's still susceptible to option cards, but the thing is, decks like Jesmon don't play much in their security, play many option cards that are scary. Yes, the other colours usually do. So you may hit a Cocytus Breath or a Rattlestar, but you just play around that. If you're going against blue, hope they don't have a Cocytus Breath. If you do hit it, it goes back to your hand anyway. But if they've got a Rattlestar, just make sure you've only got 2 on board. That way they're not going to be able to send back your Titamon. So it's super aggressive, and hence why I said early game, I do kind of want 4 of these. And like I said, I dropped the Lucy for a Blackwall Growl, so I'm more likely to get that restand ability as well. But that is it for the level 6s. And for 7s, we just play 2 defeats. He's good at against Bond, just being digivolving into him, being able to kill their Tamers so they can't go into Bond. Yes, they usually have multiple down, but it's just a way to, if they've got a Tamer down early game, you can go into him. It just shuts them down early, so they have to then waste another turn playing out a Tamer. And then being able to on deletion delete one of your opponent's Digimon is nice as well, because it means if you swing into something big in security, you're clearing something off their board. Or if you say you hit him in security, he comes out, you can then swing with him. You don't care if he dies or not. If he survives, great. You then swing with your Titamon, who's got Blackwall Growl underneath, deleting something on your opponent's board. So you've got to swing from this, then you swing from him, get a restand off of it, and you kill something on the board, which is quite nice. It's come up a couple of times. I'm going to show you another engine I was using in the deck, just because you can swap 6 cards out and it creates so this is more of like a sort of defeat engine, especially with the Tamers and the options. You're not too fussed about him. If he comes up, he does. If he doesn't, then you like I said, you're not too worried about it. But there's another engine you can run for standard sword, so you swap out a couple of options in Tamers, and then you're able to use ultimate fusion, but we'll go through that at the end. But yeah, like I said, the only change I'd really make is out of the level 6 and 7s is dropping down that Masty, bringing up that Titamon, so it's less of a Mastemon deck, more of a Titamon deck. But I just think it would give you more consistency, because you're going to get more out of that Titamon early game, where Masty, it can sometimes feel bad and you can almost put yourself at a disadvantage unless you've got a Lucemon and trash. So for Tamers, we run 2 Sora and Mimi. Its memory gain effect you very rarely see. If they don't have a 4 or 5 on board, 3 or 4 on board, gain 2 memory, which, you know, is quite nice if they've only got like a solo 5 or 6 on board, or if they don't have any Digimon on board, you gain the memory, which again is quite nice. But 3s and 4s are quite easy to get out, so they will play around it. But mainly the main effect you're using for this is on attacking, you may rest this Digimon, so rest this Tamer to draw and trash one. So it activates your Titamon, it activates your Ginkakumon, it activates Tsunamon. So it's a good way where you don't have to have, say if you don't have the Gabu underneath, so you're not going to get that draw and trash one, this guarantees you that draw and trash one. So you're able to activate all your winner trashing abilities. But also it's nice because again it's draw power, so if you do have a Gabu, you're drawing 2 trash in 2, and you're just able to find other pieces you need. Yeah, there are times where you have all the cards you need in your hand and you have to choose the trash one, but you know, that's the price you pay for having such great draw power. Then we run 2 Mats. He's just your memory tamer. On play, return 1 Digimon as 1 purple optional Digimon card from the trash to your hand. It's okay. He's not an amazing tamer anymore, just because a lot of the time you want to leave stuff in your trash. But not only that, there's other ways to bring things back from your trash so you don't feel like you need him as much. And we run 2 purple memory boost. Just on play, reveal top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 purple Digimon to their hand, and then place the rest on the bottom. And then it has a delay effect where after using it, it goes into the battle area, and then the turn after you've used it, you can trash it to gain 2 memory. Obviously, if they've got a memory blocker, it's going to stop that, so you have to make sure you clear them out first. But it's, again, just a good way to find your pieces. We run 2 Glaive Memory Boost. Its effect is return 1 Digimon, 1 purple Digimon card from your trash to your hand, then place the card in your battle area. Has the same effect as Purple Memory Boost. Becomes this delay effect, and then next turn you can trash it to gain 2 memory. So it's just another way to make sure you keep turn with Masty or Titer if you've not got the other pieces. And then just 2 Underworld's Call. One thing I forgot to mention is both these security effects are just, they don't act, the abilities don't activate, they just go into your battle area, so it just, you get the secondary effect, the delay memory boost, so it sits there and then you can pop it the turn after for your memory boost. And then Underworld's Call, what it allows you to do is play it out, then bring back a level 4, which is quite nice. Like I said, it allows you to get the Ogremons back out if you need them. It allows you to bring back a promote if you're able to keep turn and rush with it. But its other cool effect is when this card is trashed from your hand for an effect, you can draw 1. So say if it's sitting in your hand and you're like, Joe, I really don't need this, you just trash it and draw an extra card, which is quite nice. Again, adds to the draw power of this deck. But that is it for my Titamon Masty deck. Again, like I said, the changes I'd make, not many. I'd swap out a Masty for a Titer. I'd maybe look at trying to fit in an Ogre. I don't think I could though. I think that's where it's the good point where it's at. And then I'd probably get rid of a Lucy for an extra Blackwall Growl, just to have that consistency, so I'm more likely to see him. And as for the other engine I was running, so instead of the blockers, like I said, I was running 2 Ginkakumon. I was running extra Ginkaku promote. Just allowed me to get the whole effect off of Ginkaku's promote when bringing him back. So bringing back, if I got these in trash, I get Ginkakumon underneath him and Ginkakumon, then I gain a memory and draw 1. And Ginkakumon's effect inheritable is when attacking, trash a card to delete a level 3. Which is a really good effect, but it's just finding space for all of those cards in there. Then the other engine I had running inside it was 2 Mega Fusion. Next time one of your Digimon digivolves from a level 6 to a 7, reduce the memory cost by 6, but at the end of the turn that Digimon is sent to the bottom of the deck. Obviously this is a white card, so you can only activate it with either a white Digimon or white Tamer out. So you would swap the mats out. So sorry, I'd swap these out for Underworld's Call. I'd then swap the mats out for Manoa. There's no point going through her main effect. It's not relevant to this deck. All you need to know is she is a memory tamer that's white. So that way you're able to go to 3 memory and it just allows you to get off your Mega Digimon Fusion, and then you would run 2 Zwart. So this is like a complete engine itself. These 6 cards, it just allows you to go into your Zwart for free, bring back 2 Digimon. Potentially if you're bringing back promotes, you can then rush. But again, if I was going to run this engine, I'd probably drop the blockers, which sounds crazy, but I'd drop the blockers, bring up the promote and add these in, just so that way you can bring back your promotes, gain memory and rush with them. But your Zwart's effect is on Digivolve, trash the top 3 cards of your deck, then bring back black or purple Digimon with a play cost of 8 or less. Bring back 2 Digimon with a play cost of 8 or less from your trash, not paying the memory cost. And then when attacking, return 1 level 6 Digimon card from your Digivolution source. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 12 or less. So just, again, you can go into this for free. You can then bring out 2 Digimon, preferably promote, so you got rush, so you've gone from 1 attack to 3 attacks. Swing, return your level 6, then you're able to delete something from your opponent's board. But another nice thing you can do is, say, bring back a level 5, then when you return the card back to your hand, you can then digivolve it on top of here. So this is going to be destroyed once turn passes, but then you've got level 6 back on board again. So it's a cool little combo. It definitely comes up. I just kind of opted for a different engine, but this is, like I said, these 6 cards you could just swap in and swap out your defeats, your mats and your Underworld's Call, and then you could run this engine instead. But like I said, if I was going to do that, I'd probably add an extra promote, get rid of the 3 blockers and run 2 Kinkaku as well. But that is it. There will be gameplay up as always, but I think there's gameplay of each of the engines in it. I've got gameplay of it with the Ultimate Fusion engine, and I've got gameplay of it with the standard engine, which is currently in now. But I hope you enjoyed the deck. Like I said, it's a bit of a work in progress. I am enjoying it. I just don't think it's quite there yet, but any suggestions you guys got would be amazing. Any tweaks that you think could work, I'd love to hear. But as always, I've been Gruffy, and I hope you're getting good as well. Just thanks again to Ultimate TCG for being the channel's first sponsor. And remember, if you want a way to support us, all you need to do is go over to Ultimate TCG's website, and when you're checking out, enter the code GruffyGG1021, and they'll net you 3% off. So if you're looking to pre-order any of the new boxes, drops them to just over £70, or anything else TCG related, it is a minimum order of £20, and it's 1 use per customer. But it's just a way for you to support me by supporting them over at Ultimate TCG.